The flu just keeps hitting hard, and students are leaving empty seats in local schools at a pretty alarming rate. Good evening. I'm Latricia Thomas.
And I'm Catherine Marchand. Meigs County schools will be closed for the rest of the week due to the flu outbreak. They plan to clean the schools while they're closed. Hamilton County tells us its schools are dealing with a 274% increase in flu cases. That's right, 274%. The hardest hit area, schools in the northern part of the county.
In certain areas, when we have had higher absence rates, we've set off foggers that really fog the entire school with them.
The CDC says school-age children are at a higher risk of the flu, but they aren't the only ones. Tonight, News Channel 9's Alana LaFleur shows us how places where people gather, both young and old, are trying to keep the flu from spreading. Alana.
Latricia, this chart here shows the activity for flu-like illnesses in Hamilton County from about 2 weeks ago. Look at how much higher the red is from 2018 than previous years. This spike means there's a lot more sanitizing for daycares in our area.
Hot water, we're kind of warm. Right, grab some soap.
At Little Miss Mag Early Learning Center in Chattanooga, teaching proper hand washing is a priority, especially during flu season.
We're gonna wash those germs right out of our hands.
With widespread flu in Tennessee, the center's director says they added an extra step to prevent the spread of germs.
We've just added a time of the day when the children are resting, making sure that teachers are going in and sanitizing toys, just an extra time every day because children tend to put things in their mouth.
In every classroom, you'll find a bleach water mix and a soap water mix for the toys. Students also use designated mats for nap time. So far, only 4 students at Little Miss Mag came down with the flu this season.
If a child is diagnosed, we notify every parent in that classroom immediately.
Another high-traffic place, church, where parishioners sit shoulder to shoulder in the pews. The pastor at the Basilica of Saints Peter and Paul wipes down the glass after each person drinks wine for communion. But that's normal, and they aren't taking any special precautions during flu season.
If I'm sick, then I won't partake of the wine. But if I'm not sick, then I just go ahead and do it because I figure that it is blessed and I don't worry about getting sick.
Catherine Block says she's heard other members of the Catholic community talking about whether or not to drink from the shared cup during communion.
Some people talked about wanting to ask the priest to dip the host into the wine and partake of the wine that way, but it doesn't matter to me.
A different church, St. Stephen's Church on Lee Highway, is taking precautions against the flu. According to a church spokesperson, the pastor spoke before the congregation recently and asked people to use common sense when taking communion. They also sent out a flu warning in their bulletin. Catherine.
All right, Alana, thank you very much. Park Ridge Health System says since flu season started, they've seen more than 560 cases. We checked with Erlanger. They've actually seen a decrease in flu cases since the beginning of the year. The number of cases there went down by about 60% in the last week.
And in Georgia, health officials say the number of flu-related deaths statewide is now at 37. Today, the commissioner of the Georgia Department of Public Health said the death toll could grow considerably before the current flu season ends. The state epidemiologist confirmed there has now been 1 child flu death. She also said the flu season should peak soon, but she expects those infections to continue for weeks.
Experts say the current flu season is on track to be the worst in nearly a decade, but scientists are hard at work, so you may not need to get a flu shot every year. Aislinn Hines explains